Because often the pre-trial economics is a rate-limiting factor in deciding what drugs are going to be tested or not. And that's a gap that the big pharma will leave behind. And it's great to see like the NCI will step up and address some of those.
But one of the things we recognize is that all clinical trials, including early phase, I'm going to focus briefly on early phase clinical trials. That's when we don't really know as much about the safety or the efficacy of the drugs, are too slow. It's too slow to get from concept to a finished trial in the United States. And there's a lot of different bodies involved in how this, why this is. Okay, there's the NCI, the FDA, the individual cancer centers, and other groups as well that are involved. And what's important is everyone recognizes it's too slow, but what's important is to recognize where the blocks are and how to make it better. And I've mentioned this before, what I find is if you're talking to one person, it's always the people not in the room that are to blame. And even though everyone is well-intentioned. So part of what we want to do is bring everyone together. And this, I explained to Jay and I talked to the secretary about this, and he's very anxious to move this along, not only for the sake of just improving our access to better medicines in America, but it also becomes a biotechnology competitiveness issue where our early phase clinical trials are going overseas, some going to China, but believe it or not, a lot of them going to Australia. Okay, Australia, which is not a totalitarian state experimenting on political prisoners, they just figured out ways to do things faster and more efficiently. So we needed to learn about how they're doing things, for instance, and bring it back here so we can once again do our own early phase clinical trials here in the United States.